3 times throughout the movie, I asked her, what's her name again?
Mm-hmm.
And now I can remember it, but like I asked her, I was just like, who's that? What? Oh my God. She just said it's Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, it is. I was going to say she's nominated for an Oscar for the role.
Oh my God. I can't believe I just got so busted. I just out-dadded myself.
Wow, way to go. Without any further ado, I believe, oh my gosh, I lost track how many times he's been on the show. It's been a little while, but we are so excited to welcome back the one and only Casey Jost, everybody.
Yay! Hey, what's up?
Casey Jost.
I can't remember if this is the 5th or the 6th time I've been on.
I don't know. I was going to say more than that.
Yeah. Oh, you think it's more? You think it's like a 7 or 8 situation?
We'll say between like 5 to 10. Because I remember the last time you were on here, we like photoshopped you in a jacket, right? Was that the last time you were on here?
I think so. Yeah, that's the thing. It's been because it's been like a little gap because I had a kid and so many other things that I'm like I completely forget how many times it's been. But Ace, congratulations on the record, dude.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's awesome. That's exciting.
And congratulations on becoming a father.
Oh yeah. I dropped a record. I dropped a kid a year ago. Pick it up. I have to pick it up constantly.
Don't drop the kid. No, we were saying that Q, I guess, was a really big fan of, is it Faster Pussycat, Ace?
Yeah, I've met him a few times over the years. I've spent about 10. I have a foster puppy here at my feet. I spent about 10 years in a band called Faster Pussycat, and he came and saw us a few times. And then I joined LA Guns about 5 years ago. And unfortunately, I want to take this one somewhere, but if I take her out of the room, she will not stop barking. So I'm hoping to appease her at my feet here. I apologize.
I'll tell you, as a dog owner myself, I like it. I like to hear the action.
Oh no, there's plenty of action down here, and I don't want to show her off yet because it'll spoil everything else, you know.
The big reveal.
Just leave her down here out of view.
So before we get into dog talk, because that's definitely what we're going to be talking about today, I wanted to mention the new season of Impractical Jokers comes out this Thursday, which is Insanosaurus. So what can we expect from this upcoming season?
All right. So this season is, I think, it's possibly the best season we've ever done. It's really fun. I think like the thing that's the most, the big ticket item is that we are like, you know, back in public in the last like half of the, you know, actually most of season 9, it was like during COVID stuff where there was like a lot of lockdown-y kind of repercussions where we couldn't interact with the public for a lot of reasons. And then we kind of like figured out a way that we could do that. And you know, so it was like it's like a return to New York City in a way. Like we're back in the parks, we're in the grocery stores, we're in malls. Like it's like a really fun. It feels like what the show used to be like before season 9, but there's an enthusiasm that came along with that I think is like really palpable with the guys, and they're like having a lot of fun again because it feels so new again. Because it's in these old environments that we haven't been in a while. And on top of that, you know, we're always excited for a new season because we always kind of come up with new ideas that like try to open up the show a little bit. And I think we were full of those this year too, because of that same thing. It all goes back to the fact that like the COVID restrictions were a little looser.
Yeah. So I guess it was last season you guys started implementing dream or what were they called? Guest jokers. So you have come into like guests. So who would be your dream guest joker?
Oh, wow. That's such a good one. Let's see. We had some really cool people. Last season we had David Cross, and that's like a huge one for me for comedy reasons. We had Michael Ian Black this year. Cool. So like that's really fun because I was such a big fan of like the Stella shorts, you know. I think it would be really fun to have someone like Jack Black or you know, just because I think he has so much enthusiasm. We had a guy last season, this guy John Gabris. It was him and this guy Adam Pally, and they're on a true TV show. So it was like half they're just very funny guys that we got along with, and half like it was a true TV integration with their show, which was like 50 places to drink before you die, or 100,
Yeah.
100 places to drink. I forget the number.
A lot of places.
A lot of places. There, I mean, it's so funny to start a season with 100 places, and they're like just hoping to get multiple seasons. But so John Gabris I've known for a while too, and I think he's like the perfect candidate to be on the show. He's just so funny. He's like always got something to say. He's a great improviser. He's a big, loud guy from Long Island, which is like, the guys are from Staten Island, so it was sort of they come from the same stock. Yeah. So he's somebody that I was excited to have. But in terms of other big gets, I don't know. Like, I grew up loving Jim Carrey, so like if he wanted to come and do the show, that would be really fun. But I would also like someone like Lil Wayne.
Yes.
Because he's like always dropping references to like comedy videos. Like or comedy movies. Like he'll have a lyric about like the Catalina wine mixer from
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers. Like he's always dropping some sort of thing that you're like, his reference level is always really cool. Like it's like funny, like good comedies and like just arts and culture. It's really interesting because I think people would probably write him off as like just sort of like a hip hop guy that doesn't have the depth of that, and he's got a lot of fun. So I think it would be really interesting to put him in our show.
I just would have to wonder, like, if people saw Lil Wayne, doing the Impractical Joker stuff, if they would be like, yeah, this seems normal. Like, there's nothing wrong here.
I know it's funny because it's like, so that's the trade-off with having these guests, because if they're very famous, we have to either utilize them as themselves. Like you just mentioned, Bret Michaels is on the cruise. He's on the show. He's on the first episode. He's on the episode this Thursday.
Oh, no way. Okay.
Yeah. Seamless. Look how seamless these integrations are. And he was really great. And if he goes out onto the floor of a restaurant, people are just gonna be like, that's Bret Michaels. There's no way to, unless we give him like a disguise. But even so, it's like we want to lean into that. These people look like this. So we like them in the background feeding things to the Joker who is on the floor and getting punished or whatever. So that's like one aspect of it. But then sometimes we have comedians that or people that maybe can slip in, or there's a light costume, and that's fun too. So that's the part of the challenge is like we get somebody who's agreeing to do the show, and we figure out like what is their level and like where are we going to go that maybe they won't get recognized, so we could put them out there, or if they are going to, what's like an organic environment that they would be there, maybe for like a autograph signing or something like that. So these are all the things that we have to think about.
There. Yes, I agree. Bark. Yes.
Yeah.
I apologize.
So cool. Don't worry.
Speaking of the show, without giving it away, who do you think had the worst punishment this season?
Oh, wow. If it was 9.5, which was like the last half, I would have said Q when he was in a bathtub at one point with like filled with ice.
Yeah.
With Chris Jericho, who's the best. And that was truly like it became like barbaric, because when we're filming, time flies by when you're filming and you're like, I don't realize I lost track. And he was in there for so long, like much longer than we anticipated, because we have to like get we have to pause for like people to bring out other things, or like Sal's mom's doing this thing. It's taking longer than we thought. And he had like actual freezer burn on his legs, like, and damage, not like forever, but like he had like a terrible next 3 days of like, he had burns on his legs from like his jeans that were like frozen to his legs and then pulled off.
No. Yeah. So have you guys ever done like, I don't know what they're technically called. I think it's like a polar plunge. It's like the reverse of a hot tub where it's like, 50 degrees. Have you guys ever done that?
No.
I did. I one time did the polar bear run, or the polar bear dip. I forget what it's called. It's at Coney Island. Growing up in Staten Island, there was this thing that like people in the city all together. There were the Coney Island on New Year's Day. Everybody goes and they run into the cold water and they get out, and it's called the polar bear swim. Yeah, it's a polar bear swim, and everyone runs into the water and gets out. I did it once with a friend because I grew up like on swim teams and stuff, and it was really brutal and cold. It's almost colder outside before everyone runs in, because you're just in like a bathing suit, and like a lot of guys are fun. They like want to wear like a Speedo for it, and everyone's like freezing outside, and then you get in the water, and the water's cold, but like outside's worse, both before and after you go in the water. And it's also gross, like Coney Island water. So,
oh, is it?
Nope.
Is that like the?
yeah, that's the most I've done. But I know athletes like they jump into like sauna and then cold water, sauna, cold water. They go back and forth. But this is different. This was like he's not an athlete. I mean, he is on our show. We keep him in some version of some weird version of in shape to handle punishments, but he was not ready for this. But that was in 9.5. So in season 10, I would say that the hardest punishment, hard to say. There was definitely moments where there was like one where Q has to say certain things. That's like the hardest thing in the season to do during one punishment. But then like physically, I think like Murr had some really tough ones to endure. And, yeah, he's got one that's in particular I'm thinking of. And Sal, it's like, he's sort of a punching bag in a fun way. So he's always got like one up his sleeve. But he always kind of gets away because like they know his tolerance for things. So it's at such a lower level that they would just want to see him squirm even through something that like anyone else can do to show how much of a wuss he is sometimes.
Right.
Okay. Like even in season 1, it's like he had to pick up poop, but he had like a glove on when he did it because they know that he would puke if he didn't.
Right.
That's his MO. So yeah, it's hard to say. I can't think. I don't want to, without giving it away. I don't want to say too much.
Yeah, we don't want to prod too much.
Spoilers here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I'm curious to see if
fire my ass.
Yeah, let's not do that. Absolutely not. But curious to see if there's going to be any more Jaden Smith tattoos this year. Who knows? So you did mention that there's no more restrictions this year, which is amazing. But out of curiosity, what is your personal like favorite location to film?
Oh, great question. Well, this season we found a location that kind of opened up a lot of like on a production level, it opened up a lot of opportunities for us because it was this outdoor area that was connected to a hotel in the city where there was a big thoroughfare, like a lot of people kind of walked through, and you had people that were in the hotel that were like tourists and also just New Yorkers that would come through. So it was really good because we had a lot of people coming through. And on top of that, the hotel let us hang cameras like the difference is like if we're in the park, we have camera operators like holding their like trying to like hide their cameras, and that's it's probably like 70-40, like 70% of the time nobody notices them, but then 40% of the time someone is like interacting and it's weird and he looks over and he sees a guy with a camera. So that's a tough situation. So it's always better to hide cameras like we do in a grocery store or something like that, where if you see a camera in a grocery store, you're just like, that's a security camera. Right. So we get away with it a little bit more. This was perfect because we had like a hotel awning and like on the outside of the wall, we put all these cameras. The hotel let us do that. And on top of that, we had like cars on the street with cameras in it. So it was like this perfect storm of like a location that like really like worked out for our tech side of it. And on top of that, we had all these like great people coming through, both native New Yorkers and tourists, right? Like coming through. And then the bit was just very funny as well. The location was perfect because it just like had like an indoor for us to shoot things and an outdoor for us to shoot things. And we ended up calling it Cole's Door because one of our producers, Cole, who's been on the show a lot, we were scouting the hotel and he had this idea of like, this door could be really interesting. It's a weird door. Like we should film something with this door. And so Cole's Door is the location that is my favorite.
Fun. Okay. Exciting. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you happen to see the Grammys the other night? And if so, I was just wondering what your thoughts were on the hip hop tribute that they showed.
Well, I missed the entire Grammys. I've watched a few. Like, I'm a big fan of Steve Lacy, and so I rewatched his performance. And I haven't been able to find like an HD version of the hip hop 50th anniversary thing. So I've been waiting. I watched a few like not great, cell phone filming a TV footage, and I was like, I gotta stop. This is not like a good tribute. So I'm waiting for the Grammys to actually put it out in like an up-resed version, like an official version. I don't know if they're never going to. I'm gonna have to find some weird bootleg. But from what I've heard, it seems like it was a home run, and they just like covered so much ground. So I think they like just having Questlove involved with it is just that's the key to it, I think.
Totally.
Yeah.
But
it was wild. It was like one of those things, like just the hits just kept on coming, and it was beautifully done, seamlessly done. And it was really cool. I'm trying to think what I think my favorite part personally was Busta Rhymes, because the fact that that man can speak so fast or like rap so fast is so incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
Seriously, like I don't know how he does it, but that is some breath control. Shout out to Busta Rhymes.
Yes. Busta,
okay.
I know you're listening. You always listen to everything I do.
It's so good.
Same.
Okay, so we're gonna pivot again, Casey. So as we kind of briefly mentioned, you are a new dad. It's kind of been your first year as a father. I think the last time we had you on was last year, shortly after your daughter was born. So what are some of the things that you've learned along the way that no one really prepared you for?
Oh my God, everything. I didn't grow up with like I haven't in the last like decade or so had like a ton of friends with kids. Like I have friends with like who have kids now, but like I wasn't hanging out with them all the time. So like holding my baby so much was like definitely like one of the first babies that I spent a lot of time with. So all of that was sort of new to me. The rhythm keeps changing in a cool way, but in like okay, like I got it down. I know exactly what this baby wants. And then like a week passes and she's a completely different, animal.
Oh my gosh.
So those things are interesting. I wasn't prepared for, I really like, as the baby like was about to come, I was like, okay, this is really going to change my life and I'll never be able to do anything again. So I wasn't prepared for the fact that like you can have a social life. It's just, few and far in between. Like, there's just not a ton of time that you get to do things, but you could trade off nights or talk to your wife or talk to like parents to come. That's the other thing. It's like, we're very lucky that my parents live in Staten Island. I live in Brooklyn, and Lisa's parents live in New Jersey. So it's very easy to bring them to grandparents or have grandparents come over. And that's just like, I'm really happy that like she's being raised by like a community, because there's just so many people like looking after her. That's like really fun. But otherwise, yeah, I didn't know that I had to grow a mustache, but that seems like, I guess, part of it. Yeah.
Prerequisite.
Yeah, I love the mustache.
The mustache and glasses tonight is like full. I'm like also like laying in a bed. It's like full dad mode.
Are you wearing very sensible shoes?
No shoes. I just got white, like real, like Costco socks, basically, like white tube socks. Oh, totally. Yeah, they're like definitely Kirkland brand or something.
Killer. Yeah, well, and that's the perfect excuse now for everything too. Sorry, I can't make it to this event. The baby's acting up. There's something going on. Yeah,
it really is. It's kind of freeing. It's kind of beautiful that like you kind of taking away the choice of doing things too is really nice. Not only like do you have an excuse, but also sometimes you just don't have a choice, and that's kind of freeing. Like I don't really have FOMO anymore. Like the fear of missing out. Like I used to have like self-diagnosed clinical FOMO. Wow. And now I feel like it's kind of gone, because I'm like, whatever. I get to sleep.
There's a prescription for that. It's a baby. Yes, there you
go. It. That's the prescription.
Babies cure FOMO. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. So speaking of the topic of being a father, etc., I have a interesting side question for you. I was just wondering, now that you're a dad, do you have any solid dad jokes you can pass along?
Thing is, I've been doing dad jokes so long that it's like maybe now I'm just a little bit more confident with them. But a dad joke is something that I usually have one, like the kind of like the peanut assaulted kind of stuff.
I love that.
Yeah, there's a what's the best time to go to a dentist? 2:30. It's a great one.
Solid.
I always love those. So often it's more the reverse. Like someone says the time is 2:30 and I'll be like, good time to go to it. Right. Like that's, I haven't gotten to the dad level where like I'm at a restaurant and I'm like, can't you tell we liked it? Or like, we didn't like it, or send it back, whatever.
Right.
Like I haven't done those restaurant dad jokes yet, just because I think my dad still has like the cornered market on it, the market cornered on dad jokes. But, you know what? I'm really bad at like remembering names, and that's like I think I've become like a real my mom or my dad, where like Lisa, we're watching Lisa and I were, my wife and I were watching. This is even funny that I can't remember the movie that we watched like 2 nights ago. Oh, Tar.
Oh, okay.
It's a new movie, and Charlize Theron is in it, and throughout the movie, she's the main character in it. She's in almost every scene. She's incredible. I think 3 times throughout the movie, I asked her, "What's her name again?"
Mm-hmm.
And now I can remember it. But like, I asked her, I was just like, "Who's that? What? Oh my god!" She just said it's Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, it is. I was gonna say she's nominated for an Oscar for the role.
Oh my god! I can't believe I just got so busted. I just
Live.
out-dadded myself.
Wow, way to go. Oh my god, I think you just reached.
Who's Charlize Theron again? My wife is walking in here. Who is she? What's she in?
Monster.
Okay, I don't know.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm like morphing into a grandfather at this point. I'm so much of a dad.
Wow. Do you want to hear some really bad dad jokes?
Sure. Oh, I love it.
Okay. These are real, like, I expect groans and not anything else. Okay. How do you follow Will Smith in the mud?
Oh, wow. How do I follow Will Smith in the mud? I don't know.
You follow the Fresh Prince.
Oh, that's a good one. I think I've heard that one too. That's
so
good.
Bad. It's no. Okay. What's Forrest Gump's password?
Oh, what?
One Forrest one.
That's bad.
Yeah, I know these are really bad. How about one more?
Okay.
Why is Peter Pan always flying?
Always flying?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he never lands.
Oh, that's good.
Yep. Thank you, Internet. Yep. There it is.
Can I tell you? I actually wrote a dad joke.
Oh, okay.
We got to hear it.
And I forgot about it until you just reminded me.
Go ahead.
So, okay. All right. What do you call a sea urchin with only one spike?
What?
An unicorn.
Oh, cute. Unicorn.
Cute, right?
Yeah.
I like it. It's PG.
Yeah, it is. It's very dad.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, sometimes they'll do a joke and they'll be like, what do you call this? And then the answer is just like a name.
Right. It's just an ethnicity or something.
Yeah. Got it.
It's just a slur.
I'm looking at what Jude's putting. Jude, what are you doing? Are you putting up a picture of?
Okay.
That's Charlize Theron.
That's okay. All right.
Yeah.
She's like a young Kate Blanchett.
Sure. I'm assuming. I think they're the same age, but she looks stunning. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Great. Okay. Cool. So obviously, y'all both love dogs. So I wanted to know for both of y'all, do you have a favorite dog from a TV or movie or just who's your favorite dog outside of your own?
Woof. I guess Comet is a big one that I always really liked from.
Was that Full House?
Full House. Yeah. I always remember being like, okay, that's like a classic dog. I like that. I definitely always liked in media in general. I always liked a Dalmatian. It was associated with firefighters. I thought that was kind of fun. I always liked the way they looked. I always thought that like a quintessential dog would be one that's like kind of the target dog that has like the one eye's got a thing. I love seeing a dog with like even the two, like almost like a domino mask, like white, but with like the black, like almost like Batman or old school like domino mask, Yeah. Wishbone, I think I remember liking that dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fun ones. Santa's Little Helper. Yeah.
Who is the dog from Brady Bunch? Who's that big?
That I don't know. Before my time.
Yeah, I wasn't a big Brady Bunch guy. Are you 60?
I just had a lot of work done.
58. Yeah. 58. It's a young 58.
I know. Ace, what about you?
Oh gosh, I think all my ones that I'm, listening to Casey talk about it, and I'm thinking, I don't think I have an answer. I think they were all like animated as a child, like Santa's Little Helper and like Zero from Nightmare Before Christmas, which isn't even really a real dog. I guess it's a ghost dog. There was a Tim Burton produced show called The Family Dog that I really liked. It was pretty obscure. I don't know. I can't think of anything. Like maybe Petey from The Little Rascals. I think I was shown that as a child.
That's funny. I just thought of that dog. Yeah, I didn't know the name of the dog, but I just thought, I closed my eyes and I was like, Little Rascals.
Yeah, Petey. Yeah, he had a big patch on his eye. He might have been an English Bull Terrier. I can't remember, but just like the target dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I always loved like hound dogs.
Yeah.
I always like those, and they're like they pop up in media, and I love a British bulldog. My friend had one,
the wrestler.
and yes, I always loved the British bulldog wrestler. That's, I mean, I wanted to switch subjects and just talk, go into, 80s wrestling.
Yeah, well, we could do that very
Oh, yeah.
easily.
Done.
Okay, well, speaking of sports, this weekend is the Super Bowl, which is, I think, exciting. I can't wait for the commercials. So for both of y'all, what is your dream halftime show?
Oh, that's so good. That is really fun. It's a good question because I always like to think I want it to be someone who I really think earned the slot. I can't just be like, oh, one of my favorite bands that nobody really knows.
Yeah.
Because I want the world to get a lot out of it, and there's people that I think like haven't done it yet that could. Like I'm, like Jay-Z. I think he now like sort of for a while I think he was like never gonna do it, but now I think he like kind of curates it. Like the NFL brought him in on it. I think I'm excited. It's Rihanna this year, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. I think that's great. She's got a lot of hits.
Yeah.
So I think that's really fun. I could definitely see like Beyonce doing it again with Jay-Z. That would be like pretty big. That'd be pretty fun. But I want to think about like a rock band that can do it. Like I'm pretty sure Foo Fighters can do it at this point.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's a good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they have enough songs. Like there's not a lot of like bands left that unfortunately that like have the kind of the mainstream crossover and the amount of songs that like everyone in America will sort of like know,
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think there's got to be somebody that I'd be like really jazzed to see.
A jazz band. That's a great answer, Casey.
Yeah, I think it's
Smooth jazz.
Yeah. Is Duke Ellington busy?
Yeah.
He's available. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ace, what about you? I'm interested. Yeah.
Well, you touched on Foo Fighters. I think they'd be a solid choice. I mean, of course, as a guy who's a music nerd, I could be like, oh, it would be really cool to see, the Dead Kennedys play it or something obscure or whatever that, wouldn't apply to the masses. But I think at that level, I think Foo Fighters or someone like Green Day.
Yeah.
But if you did sort of like a mashup where it's like Green Day with, like Jay-Z or something weird where you kind of get, more than one genre in it. Aerosmith
didn't they have,
and
I think it was like
kind of thing.
Yeah, to that there was like a Bruno Mars and Red Hot Chili Peppers a couple years ago, which I thought that works, like because they're both kind of funky in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love a good cross genre collaboration.
And I feel like that's what they were doing before the whole like Janet Jackson debacle. And even when MTV was running it, they would have like Aerosmith and Britney Spears and NSYNC and Kid Rock and Mary J. Blige, But like in my dream like world, I want to see Slipknot do the Super Bowl halftime show.
That'd be cool.
I think
that's a better answer. Yeah. Doing ones that really like in a way go against what everyone would know, but in like a fun way. Because I feel like people would tune in and be like, at the end of it, be like, I think I like Slipknot.
Yeah. It would be a lot of like beeps, and censorship, because I'm sure a lot of the words they can't necessarily say, but
I'm sure Corey could work around that.
Yeah. I don't know what you say instead of people equal shit, but we'll figure it out.
You having done shows in family friendly environments in a band where every third word was the F word or something worse, I've seen it done. So I know it can be, he could accommodate under the right scenario.
Yeah. Like the Kids Bop version.
Yeah.
Right. You have to, but now you have to pair Slipknot with an artist that you wouldn't normally pair them with. So who do you want to put with Slipknot?
Who do I want to put with Slipknot? I think only because I was talking about him earlier, Busta Rhymes. I don't know.
There you go.
Great. I actually think that would totally work.
That would work. That would be really cool.
Let's get him on the phone. Yeah.
I think his energy matches that. Like I picture him coming out there, maybe like he's got like a Busta Rhymes mask of his own face.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like, but maybe like a little gory. That could be cool.
I think we're planning it 2024. I'm trying to think of like a pop act too, or something like a country act that would fit in. Shania Twain, we'll throw her in there as well, you know.
Yeah, round it out.
Yeah, cover all the bases.
It's such a good question, because like selfishly, like I would love to see like the Strokes do it, you know, but I don't really even think for a band that plays stadiums, I still don't think they have enough of like mainstream appeal to really like. There's so many people that would be like, I don't know this song, I don't know any of these songs, you know. Yeah. Or even like, or maybe like, you know, like an Arcade Fire, right? Because that's probably the closest thing to like when Coldplay played. Yeah. In that they have that kind of stadium vibe, but not necessarily like stadium rock. Like they're more like towards the U2 Coldplay kind of sound in, you know, in a way. It'd be fun to see like, it would be fun to have like a whole like, you know, like, you know, 80s hair bandy kind of theme, like a glam rock.
Well, Guns N' Roses or Motley would be sort of that caliber, I think.
Kiss?
Yeah, Kiss.
Kiss would be so cool. I mean, and Alice Cooper, and then I say LA Guns.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Shania
Twain,
LA Guns. Yeah, that'd be a great mashup.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
2024, guys. It's all happening. Okay.
I wonder if there's like a band like that we're not thinking of. Like I think it's possible that I think they need to be paired up with someone like Jay-Z or Nas or something. But like Weezer, I could see like Weezer and Lil Wayne or something, because they did a song together once. Like I could see that happening. I don't think Lil Wayne's ever done it.
Fall Out Boy with Elton John. Okay. Sure. I think Fall Out Boy. Yeah.
I think they might have enough hits.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
There's another band like there's like a Panic at the Disco kind of like crossover too, right? Like don't they have a lot of
Panic songs? Had this song with Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift could do the Super Bowl.
Has she not done it?
I don't think so.
I don't know. She did the thing with Def Leppard a few years ago that was really, really cool, and something like that would work.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
I love that we're booking this. Like,
I'll have my people call their people. No problem.
Yeah, totally. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Donna Summers and
Slipknot. Cool. Fabulous. I love it. Okay. So another kind of music-y question. So last week was Groundhog's Day, which is still a thing apparently. And obviously Puxatawny Phil, he said 6 more weeks of winter. Lovely. So I guess the first question is, because apparently people don't trust groundhogs. I don't know who did this study, but I read it today. People don't trust groundhogs. So what animal would you guys trust to actually predict the weather?
Definitely like a polar bear. I feel like, but they might be so out of sorts at this point. They're like, this world has gotten too hot for us.
Yeah. Polar bear is a good one.
I would trust birds. They're always flying south and then coming back north. You know what I mean? So it's like if they're flying back, I think it's like, okay, it's getting warm. Okay. So maybe like some kind of goose. Yeah, some kind of goose.
Okay, cool. Ace.
And what's good for that goose should be what's good for us. The gander.
Yeah. That's a dad joke. You did it, Casey.
You're welcome.
Way
folks.
to go.
My kids. my kid cadet.
Thanks, Dad. Ace, what do you think?
I want to go. I want to first of all stop being chewed on by a small puppy. And second of all, I want to go just hard left, and I keep muting this, and unfortunately, I can't mute it during my own rant.
Your pick has to be your dog just wants it to be a dog, like wants you to pick. Dogs will be the animal.
This whole thing is very much. Pay attention to me, and again, for the 63rd time, I apologize.
No.
I want to go hard left. I want like a weather-bearing rattlesnake or like a salamander or something that you wouldn't pick. Like, why does it have to be a groundhog? Like, why can't it be like Sammy the Scorpion, who's like, oh well, if he stings you in the right foot, we're getting a month more of snow.
I hate scorpions so much. Oh my god, Sammy the Scorpion. Okay. Okay, so the music part of this question is obviously in the movie Groundhog Day. Bill Murray listened to the song "I Got You, Babe" every day. from Sonny and Cher. So what song would you guys want to listen to if you had to listen to the same song every day?
Oof. My friend and I have this conversation sometimes because it goes kind of go back to like a deserted island thing.
Oh yeah, that's kind of like a yeah.
I pause on saying that because I always forget if it's a desert island or a deserted island. I think it's deserted because a desert island is just, that means just there's just sand. So
oh my god, so much to think about.
I know. Anyway, and I credit him for this, but I agree. He picks like a really long, like Bach, like concerto or whatever, like a long Bach piece, because it's so heavy and there's so much happening and it's complex, and to really break it down would take a long time, so that's more of a deserted island. Like if I'm living with a few albums or like, it was a few songs, like, but this is interesting because it's a song you wake up to every day. Right. So I wouldn't want it to be like, da, 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 right. Obviously I wouldn't want to be that. I'd want it to be sort of like slow and peaceful. Mm-hmm. So let me pause on that. Maybe Ace, you take it over from.
Okay. So first of all, what was the question? I had a shrill dog bark in my ear when you were asking.
If you had to wake up every day to the same song, what song would it be?
I mean, yeah, I'm kind of with the classical vibe. I mean, my sort of like, what is that thing called where people are like, what's the band that you're embarrassed to listen to or whatever?
Your guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure, yeah. I'm actually a pretty legit Enya fan, so I feel like I could wake up to Enya every day, like
very soothing.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, like when you like that relaxing vibe, there was this band, I don't know if you've ever heard of this band, Tortoise. They're like a what would you call it? Sort of
a horse in the camera.
Yeah. I put Granny's bone on the side because she was just chewing it for too long and I don't want her to hurt her teeth. So she's smelling it and looking for it. She agrees. So Tortoise, and that's her call. Tortoise is a band, it's like a jazz band, but they have the first song on their album that's called TNT. I think the song might also be called TNT. It's like really chill. It comes in great with like soft drums, but then it kicks in a really cool, beautiful way. The guitars are fun. I would go with that. I think I go Tortoise TNT.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Lovely. Perfect. Great.
I recommend it.
Hi. Okay. Yeah. I asked someone this question last week and I gave an answer, and afterwards my mom was like, that was so stupid. Why did you pick that? And now I've have to think of it. I said Superman from Goldfinger.
Oh, no. Wow, Goldfinger.
You went the Slipknot direction in terms of the Super Bowl.
It's my no skip song, so I figured that was a good one. So I feel like, to be true to myself, I would probably have to pick like an Alice Cooper song or like a Motley Crue song. So maybe like Home Sweet Home would be, soothing enough to like wake up to. Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's, it would be good to wake up to, or School's Out for Summer, but that's kind of, it's a lot. It's
your entire life, so it's like really, I think it needs to be something like a little bit more chill. I don't know, but maybe I'm wrong,
I think I could wake up to sail away, sail away, sail away every day.
Shout out to Enya. Oh my God.
Shout out to Enya. Yeah.
In college, my roommate and I had a phase where we were into that Postal Service album, and there was that first song on it. Well, we just put the CD in like our Discman or whatever, like our stereo that would like have a timer on every day, and we'd have to wake up at let's say like 7 a.m. Every day it was that first song, and it just starts with this like Moog almost like synthesizer that's just like and then like the song kicks in. But like we got used to that for a long time, but then we ultimately like after like months we really like hated it, and it's hard for me to listen to that song still.
So you hate listen to it. Yeah.
So I might not be the best choice.
No. I feel very left out that I do not have a dog.
I know. Now Granny's crying like this whole thing. This is like a real dog episode.
I've been jumping on and off the mute button because she's just down here just having her own podcast. Really.
Should we give Granny and is it Willow? Is that
Yeah.
who's? Yeah, we'll give them the mic and see if they have anything to say. Or
Yeah, you got anything, Granny? No.
now they're
you're
quiet. Yeah, like sorry, pressure's on. All right, so Casey, only because Ace has never played before, can we play a round of Cranches
Of course.
basketball?
All day.
Okay, fabulous. So I was Ace. I cannot vouch for any of these names. We have all not seen these. We had some people come up with them, and we're going to read them without laughing. Hopefully, I guess that's the whole point. So I guess I should apologize in advance if any of these are offensive. I don't know what we're about to get into here. Just covering our bases. So Casey, I guess you'll go first.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there. So here
we go.
Okay.
Is it there?
Yes.
All right. Prince Dunkel, the Duke of Funk.
Well, that's
great.
That's good. It's good. I would like to meet Prince Dunkel. I feel like
Prince Dunkel.
I'd like to wake up every day to a Prince Dunkel song.
You could be a prince and a duke, right? I think like or no. Oh no, I think you can. Because I think I've found out recently that a duke is Duke is just like the second son. So like the first son is a prince but becomes a king, and then the second one is the duke.
Okay. Sure.
What's the third one?
I'm not good, Baron. No, I'm not good at my like British nobility.
Yeah, I skipped this chapter in school, I think.
Yeah.
I just found it out recently because I was like, what the hell's a duke?
Well, isn't or wasn't Prince William like the Duke of Wales? Oh my God, people are going to start throwing tomatoes at the screen. I shouldn't say anything. I'm sorry. All right, give me my thing. Just let me know when it's up there.
Go.
Okay. Is there a Makar Stalls? Oh, I get it. Makar Stalls. Good.
Oh,
Very
cute.
good.
So wait, what do? I just cover my eyes and then I read what's on the screen?
Yeah, I guess I like what you did because I think it's like as if you're in a waiting room and you're calling out to the person.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is a person that you're calling for. This is the next person on your list.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
It's as if you're calling for the mace. Okay.
I am ready and ready.
Go for it. Good luck.
Denise Denefew Diance.
Good job.
Right?
Yeah, you did good, Ace.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
It's my
All
voice actor.
All right.
Clearly.
Here we
All
go.
right.
Okay, so next up, I'm looking for Mishmel, not so good. Mishmel, not so good. Okay.
That's good. That's good. Mishmel. I don't.
Or is it maybe it's supposed to be like Mishmelly?
Mishmelly,
not so good.
I think Mishmel. Yeah.
Mishmel. Yeah.
Okay.
Bravo.
Is it there?
Oh, go for it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to I'm looking for a Rudensia Prosniak. What? Rudensia Prosniak Alveol? Sure. I don't know. I have no idea. But I heard that they're a duke. I don't know. Give them something. Okay. That one's all right. All right, Ace. It is. Go ahead.
Okay. I am looking for a Mr. Mrs. Junior the Third. Mr. Mrs. Junior the Third, are you in the room?
Present. Good. All right. So far, so good. Granny.
Granny. Do you want to do one? You want to do one, Granny?
So cute.
You want to do one? You could do one. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
do the next one. Here it is.
Here it is, Granny.
All right, coming up next. Runcie Dilfer. Runcie, is there a Runcie Dilfer?
Is that you, Granny? No. Okay.
No.
All right, Runcie.
She
All
wants
right.
her bone.
Okay.
Okay, go.
Okay, I'm looking for a Pat Cheesy? Pat Cheesy? Pat Cheesy? Is there a Pat Cheesy? No.
Pat
No.
She.
Pat Cheesy?
Pachishi.
Pachishi. Mm-hmm. Okay, not present. All right. Ace. Let's
It's
see.
me? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Uh-oh. I hear laughter.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, let me gather myself. I'm looking for a Dilf Lundgren. Is Dilf Lundgren in the room? Dilf Lundgren.
Dilf is
Going
funny.
once, going
Well
twice.
Dilf is lovely. All right. I don't know how many more of these you got, but I think we have enough for another round or
I
two.
love
All
'em.
right. All right.
Who
let's
writes
see.
these? They're so good. Is Ben Butter here? Is Ben Butter?
Ben Butter. Great.
Is Ben Butter here?
Ben
I know you're here.
Somewhere. All
I
right.
know his uncle.
I bet
Ben
you there.
Dover.
I bet you Ben Butter is definitely. If I look on Facebook, there's a ton
probably
of Ben.
20 Ben Butters.
Right?
Okay. I've been Butter.
All right, go for it.
Okay. Okay. I'm looking for my sanity. I am
that's
looking
good. This
for
is good.
I shot I shot the sheriff. But yeah. Okay. I swear it was in self-defense.
I shot the sheriff.
I shot
But
the
you
sheriff.
did not get the deputy?
Yeah. Very good.
Very nice.
Shot the sheriff. That's my favorite one so far. Okay.
All right.
It is.
Hit me.
Okay.
I'm looking for Dottie Dad's wife. Dottie Dad's wife. Your table is ready.
All right.
I love it. You're a host at a restaurant.
Do we have enough, Jude? Thumbs up for one more round? Maybe, possibly. If something comes up on the screen, then I think we do.
All right, I'll try to do it as Mo Sislak.
Okay.
All right, everyone quiet down. Is Clint Stone here? Clint Stone?
Clint Stone?
I got a Clint Stone.
All right.
Clint Stone.
Clint Stone. Oh, like Flintstone. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. Is there a Fitzgibbon? Fitzgibbonson. Oh, Juper Fitzgibbonson. I know them. Cool. That one was easy. All right. Did I kind of?
Is that a real name?
I don't know. I don't think so. But we'll have to find them on Facebook as well. All right, Ace, you got the last one.
Okay.
Oh wow, that's good.
Yeah.
I am looking for a Bunty Popolok. Bunty Popolok.
I'm assuming they're Polish.
You don't ever want to assume nowadays.
That is
Popolok.
fair. That is fair. Yeah. Very good.
Oh, Popolok. Yeah. Okay, I get it.
Pop and lock it. Okay. Well, you survived your first one, Ace. I think we did okay. I feel like those were
hats off to the people who write those. They always do such a good job. We actually on the show this season we don't do a full challenge of it, but it comes up. I don't want to spoil anything, and we had to write more. And I thought of you guys. I was like, the Talkulture people write better than we write them.
Oh, well, we're available if you ever, need us. We're just, well, thank you. Okay, so one final game, Casey. You've played it a gazillion times. Our game of Would You Rather. There's no wrong answers. So let's see what we got going on here. Here's the first one. Would you rather see Impractical Jokers adapted into a horror film or see Impractical Jokers adapted into a Broadway musical? We know what that looks like. We saw it with Alex Brightman and Q.
Horror film is fun because it's like those paranormal activia, like it's the
Activia.
Activity. The paranormal activity movies are always like found cameras, and it's always like security footage. So it's a really natural way of doing it. Like we were there to film a hidden camera show, but then we pick up like all these ghosts. So that actually excites me. Like an Impractical Jokers, paranormal activity. That's fun.
Yeah.
I think the Broadway musical doesn't excite me as much as the horror one.
Okay, that's fair. And I feel like speaking of Activia, Jamie Lee Curtis would be perfect for it.
100%.
Yeah. Done.
She's hired.
All right. Great. All right. Ace, you want to read the next one?
Sure. Okay. Would you rather have Q make up a punishment for you or have Sal make up a punishment for you?
Oof. So this is interesting because it means I'd be afraid of this other person making the punishment for me. Mm-hmm. And so I think what's scary is I think Q would have a harder punishment for me. I think. So I think I go with Sal making a punishment for me.
For the hopefully lack of anything too extreme, too crazy, too permanent.
Sal will make mine really kind of hard and cringeworthy and like I'll have to do things in public that I wouldn't want to do. Whereas I think Q would make it like hard for me to do as payback for all the hard ones I've been involved in making him do. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of afraid of what Q will make me do. I might get hurt.
There's the fear factor in it. Okay.
There's a fear factor. I really don't know what he's capable of. He's a madman and I love him.
All right. All right. Well, here's the next one. Would you rather be the host of a revival of The Dating Show or be the host of a revival of Hollywood Squares?
So my instinct is I'd rather work with like the everyday common man than with like Hollywood people. You know what I mean? Like with like celebrities and stuff. I just think it would be so much more fun. It leaves so much room. Like people are so much more like open to saying anything on the dating game than like the Hollywood types that are like kind of more buttoned up. So I think the highs are greater and it's more kind of fun to do the dating game. And maybe once in a while we do a celebrity dating game. I don't know. But
That's fair.
But I think that for that reason, I think it's more fun. And then now I've just finished the season working with celebrities on Impractical Jokers intimately. So I don't want it to sound like they were divas, but or any celebrities are. But I just think like that's the thing I like about our show though, is we work with the real public. And I always think that's like so much fun. You get to like see different slice of life. You get to like really like showcase like real people.
Fair.
So I go dating. I go host a dating game is fun. And
Do
you
you
making
guys-
matches. People might be like, you know, we got together because your show. That's kind of beautiful.
Do you guys remember when the serial killer was on the show? There was like a
Yes.
yeah.
No.
Do you remember who it was, Ace? I don't remember his name.
Was it Dahmer? It was no, it wasn't Dahmer, but it was
wasn't
somebody like
Dahmer.
a sort of household name.
Yeah.
You know, not to
Yeah.
glorify anything like that, but it was
No, of
definitely a
course.
sort of infamous name killer, if you will.
Yeah, and
Wow.
I think he won, and then she was like, "Nah, he's weird." And then, yeah, he turned out to be a serial killer. So, yeah,
That's a fun fact.
isn't it though? Yeah, why do we know that, Ace? All right, Ace, you want to read the next one?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So, would you rather collab with the first musician you saw live or
Okay.
collab with the first musician whose album you bought?
Oh, this is so interesting because they're both really unique. Like not really unique, but the answer is very easy. And I'll start with the collab with the first musician whose album you bought. So is it one that was purchased for me that I asked and I got
Whatever.
as a gift for Christmas,
Whatever
or
you
one that
want.
I
Yeah,
bought
yeah.
with my
There's
own
no
money?
wrong answer.
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever you want.
So the first thing that was bought for me was a single of "What If God Was One of Us" by Joan Osborne.
Yeah.
What if God
was
Great. So actually, yeah, you would nail that karaoke. You should do that.
done?
So that one, I would not really want it. That wouldn't be my collab choice. The first
Okay.
album I bought on the same day, I went and I bought No Doubt, Tragic Kingdom, and
Nice.
Puff Daddy and the Family, No Way Out. Those are like
Okay.
the two albums I bought in one clip, which says a lot. But I want to count the Joan Osborne one. And the first musician I saw live, my parents took us to Elton John at MSG, and
These are all great.
so Elton John would be really fun to collaborate with. I feel like he'd
Yeah.
be great. You know,
Heck yeah, I love that.
That would
Also,
be
I
kinda
love
wild.
like Granny coming up to just your head and
I know.
staring. That looks like your album cover.
There it is.
Oh, Granny. All right, here's
Granny
the
wants
next
her
one.
phone.
Would you rather drive cross country with a playlist curated by Murr or with a
Huh.
playlist curated by Joe?
Wow, this is tough because they both like are addicted to the hits in a way that would grate on me. Like it's all like top 40, but like
Ugh.
Joe's top 40 is like 2000s and Murr's top 40 is like from the 80s. And so I think I might want the Murr one. Murr's like is maybe a little bit more like sing-along ballads and jams. And
Okay.
Joe's is a little bit more like, you know, anthem-y like club pop songs. And I think I'm gonna go with the throwback Murr's 80s playlist.
Okay. Circle gets the square. All right. We got, I think, 3 more of these. Go ahead, Ace.
Okay. Would you rather
Mm.
be in a reimagining of Turner and Hooch with Granny,
Yeah,
or
you could stop there.
exactly same, Air Bud, a
Right? You
reimagining.
feel the same
Yeah.
way, Ace?
Oh, completely.
I mean, even just that picture, like Granny was just right here. Like it was
Yeah.
basically that if Tom Hanks had a mustache and gray hair. Now, look, I'm not going to say that I wouldn't be excited to see Granny as Air Bud,
Sure.
you know, but Turner and Hooch, come on. We already are Turner and Hooch. I walk around the neighborhood with my dog and we, we solve crimes basically.
Heck yeah. Great answer. Great choice. Great choice. Okay. I look forward to seeing it. All right. Here's the next one. Oh God, this one's weird. Would you have okay. Would you rather have to eat a photorealistic cake of Joey Fatone or a photorealistic cake of Eric Andre?
Interesting. There's something that I don't trust about the Eric Andre one, like it's a trap.
It might
Like he'll
be.
have some sort of he'll have like real blood in it, or like you know what I mean? Like he'll be like, yeah, it was actually baked by these monkeys, like they had their hands all over it and a rat crawled over it. That's Eric Andre. So I think I would just trust the Joey Fatone one.
Okay.
So what makes it photorealistic? So
Like,
it's like
it's a cake. Like, have you seen that show called Is It Cake? Where
yes, okay,
yeah,
great.
so it just
so it's
looks,
like a wax figure,
yes,
but it's all cake.
but it's cake.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I think I would definitely want the Fatone one. I
Oh,
think more
yeah.
than anyone on this planet.
It's yours. You can have it.
I would love that.
Okay.
Oh, I hope it tastes like how he smells.
He smells nice, so which is
Really nice.
yeah. I hope you guys get Joey back again. He's so wonderful. Is he on the season? Are we allowed to ask that?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's on.
Oh, actually,
And
I think I did know that.
let's just say he delivers.
Okay. Because I do remember we did a panel in Kansas City with Murr and Joey. And at the end of the last season or something, I don't want to say anything unless I'm not supposed to. Okay. Anyway, yeah. All right.
Well, I'll
Yeah,
say
go ahead.
this. It's not a spoiler, but he plays the show. He is in the full episode and he does the full episode, which is great. And it's possible that he gets punished.
Right.
Because he's playing as a Joker.
Right.
For the first time ever, we have somebody else playing as a full Joker.
Well,
and who better than Joey Fatone?
The best. All right. Ace, you want to take it home?
Yeah, you got it. Okay. Would you rather do a 90s freestyle rap anytime you get asked a question, or have Daniel Stern narrate your everyday thoughts?
Oh, interesting. Because my first thought when I saw it was like, yeah, I'll just bomb and not do a great 90s freestyle rap. But at least it's 90s. At least it's not like, Migos, where I'm like, I got to do it, right? Like I don't have to like really work on that sort of syllable thing. It's just 90s feels just like, I went to the mall. Yes, y'all. It's just old. It's like it's dad rap.
Yeah.
So that was my first choice, but I don't see a downside to having Daniel Stern narrate my everyday thoughts. Who's to say he doesn't already?
That's fair. That is fair.
It's kind of nice. It's kind of less like, like, well, Harry, or is he Harry or is he Marv?
He's Marv.
He's Marv.
He's Marv.
Yeah.
It's like, well, Harry, like you probably have to go to the bathroom now, Casey. So I think out of ease, I would go with Daniel Stern narrating my everyday thoughts.
Great choice. I also, whenever I think about him, I think about Home Alone 2, which is just so ridiculous. And the murder that was committed in that film is just next to none.
It's so funny.
Those traps are insane.
Yeah.
But crazy. Okay. Well, you did it again, Casey. You got them all right. So,
oh my gosh.
Great job. Amazing.
First place? I got first place.
You did. You get a gold star, a ribbon. Yeah, all of the things. And Granny MVP. She
just came to my feet. She gave up on wanting the bone. And she's like out for the count.
She wants the tube socks. Understandable.
She did. She went for socks. She went for there's a pair of, you can't see it, but there's a pair of socks, and she went for those. And now she's laying in my socks.
Smart choice. Very smart. So once again, we just wanted to mention Thursday, brand new episodes of Impractical Jokers. Season 10, is it? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Holy heck.
Awesome.
How is this happening? Season 10?
Season 10. We're hoping for a season 11. We want to just keep the train going. We're having so much fun. And watch this season. I think it's great. I really do think. I just watched the first episode. We did a sneak preview in Staten Island because they were honoring the guys with this Impractical Jokers Day, which I guess is, February 6th in Staten Island forever now.
Wow.
It's Impractical Jokers Day, which is insane. So we showed the episode. It was so fun. It was on a big screen. It was loud, and the entire audience was like laughing throughout the whole thing. I hadn't seen the episode like finished yet. I stopped watching the cuts because I want to watch them as they premiere. But what I did see, and like when I was there too, it was just some of the best stuff I think we've ever gotten. So very exciting. Jude asks, how do you go about celebrating such a day? It's sort of like The Purge, but you could do anything you want to the Jokers.
Oh no.
Okay.
So when you get a day, do you get keys to the city, or is that not a thing, or is that wrong day?
I don't think that they get keys. Maybe they get keys to the Staten Island Mall.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like for a long time, Casey, that's kind of where you lived, was in the Staten Island Mall. We saw you a lot there. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, I love it. This has been so much fun. Thank you so much. Whatever episode this has been for you, between 5 and 10, I guess we've determined somewhere along there.
Yeah, let's say it's season 10. This is episode 10 for me.
Yeah, perfect. Absolutely. Before we do let you go, we're going to go over our upcoming guests that we have coming up, whatever month this is, February, March. Okay, so on Thursday, we're welcoming back Matt Novetsky from Blue October and Icarus Bell. We also have Clownvis coming up at the end of the month. If y'all don't know who Clownvis is, he is incredible. He is a clown, Elvis. And we finally are getting Katie Babs back. Ace, if you're around, or are you on a cruise? No, that's not the weekend you're on a cruise.
It is when I'm on the cruise, yeah.
Of course. Well, we're finally getting Katie Babs from SiriusXM. And Casey, thank you so much. It's always so much fun getting to hang out with you.
Oh, I'm so glad. I love the show. It's my favorite show. So anytime I could do it, I'll do it. It's so fun. And Ace, it was so nice having you co-host today. You did a great job. That was great.
Thank you.
And it was also, I just like it was such a dog-centric episode that made me feel home.
They're all here.
Yeah, that's great.
Now I have to go get a dog. I think that's it's the world talking to me. So, all right, guys. Well, until we meet again, have a wonderful rest of your week. I'll see you guys real soon. Au revoir, everybody.